Hey everyone! Today we're diving into a fascinating and urgent topic. What if all the ice on Earth melted? From rising sea levels to drastic changes in weather patterns, the implications are staggering. So, grab a seat and let's explore how this scenario could reshape our planet and our lives. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more thought-provoking content. What would happen if all the ice on Earth melted? If all the ice on Earth melted, the most immediate and significant consequence would be a dramatic rise in global sea levels, estimated to be around 200 feet or approximately 60 meters. This would lead to the flooding of coastal cities and low-lying areas, displacing millions of people and potentially creating climate refugees. Additionally, the loss of ice would disrupt ecosystems, particularly in polar regions, threatening species such as polar bears and seals that depend on ice for their habitat. The melting ice would also contribute to changes in weather patterns, leading to more extreme weather events, such as hurricanes, droughts, and heavy rainfall. Furthermore, the influx of fresh water into the oceans could disrupt ocean currents, which play a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate. How much ice do we currently have, and where is it located? Currently, ice covers about 10% of the Earth's land surface. The majority of the Earth's ice is found in two main regions. Antarctica. This continent holds approximately 90% of the world's ice, primarily in the form of the Antarctic ice sheet. It contains enough ice to raise global sea levels by about 200 feet if it were to melt completely. Greenland. The Greenland ice sheet contains about 8% of the world's ice and is also a significant contributor to sea level rise as it melts. In addition to these large ice sheets, there are also glaciers located in mountain ranges around the world, such as the Himalayas, the Andes, and the Rockies, which store fresh water and contribute to local ecosystems and water supplies. Overall, the melting of these ice reserves due to climate change poses a significant threat to global sea levels and ecosystems. What percentage of the Earth's surface is covered by ice today? Approximately 10% of the Earth's land surface is covered by ice. This includes the vast ice sheets in Antarctica and Greenland, as well as glaciers found in mountain ranges around the world. In total, the ice on Earth holds about 68.7% of the planet's freshwater. What role do polar ice caps and glaciers play in regulating our climate? And why did the glacier break up with the iceberg? It found someone cooler. Polar ice caps and glaciers play a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate in several ways. First, there's the albedo effect. Ice and snow reflect sunlight back into space, helping to keep the planet cool. Talk about a natural sunblock. As ice melts, darker ocean or land surfaces are exposed, which absorb more heat and contribute to further warming. Second, ice caps and glaciers help stabilize global temperatures by influencing ocean currents and weather patterns. They're like the Earth's very own climate control system. They act as a buffer against temperature fluctuations. Lastly, glaciers and ice caps store significant amounts of fresh water, which is essential for ecosystems and human populations. Think of them as nature's giant water coolers. As they melt, they provide water to rivers and lakes, especially during dry seasons. How much would sea levels rise if all the ice melted? If all the ice on Earth melted, global sea levels could rise by approximately 200 feet or about 60 meters. This includes the melting of the Antarctic and Greenland ice sheets, as well as glaciers worldwide. Which coastal cities and nations would be most affected by this rise in sea levels? Many coastal cities and nations would be severely affected by rising sea levels, including New York City, USA Miami, USA New Orleans, USA Tokyo, Japan, Bangkok, Thailand Shanghai, China Dhaka, Bangladesh Venice, Italy, the Maldives, an entire nation at risk of being submerged. But hey, at least they won't have to worry about watering their lawns. These areas are particularly vulnerable due to their low elevation and proximity to the ocean. Sea levels are rising, but don't worry, we won't let it dampen our spirits. What would be the implications for millions of people living in these areas? The implications for millions of people living in these areas would be profound. Displacement. Rising sea levels would lead to the flooding of homes and infrastructure, displacing millions of people and creating climate refugees. Economic impact. Coastal cities are often economic hubs. Flooding could disrupt businesses, lead to job losses, and strain local economies. Infrastructure damage. Essential infrastructure such as roads, bridges, and public transportation would be at risk, leading to increased costs for repairs and adaptations. Health risks. Flooding can lead to health risks, including waterborne diseases and increased exposure to pollutants. Social and political tensions. The displacement of populations and competition for resources could lead to social unrest and political tensions, both locally and globally. How would the melting ice affect global weather patterns? The melting of polar ice, particularly in the Arctic, contributes to rising sea levels and alters the distribution of heat across the planet. As ice melts, it exposes darker ocean water, which absorbs more sunlight and increases local temperatures. This change can disrupt established weather patterns by altering ocean currents, such as the Gulf Stream, which plays a crucial role in regulating climate in Europe and North America. Additionally, the reduction in ice cover can lead to changes in atmospheric circulation, affecting jet streams and potentially leading to more erratic weather patterns. What types of extreme weather events could become more common as a result? As global temperatures rise and weather patterns shift, we can expect an increase in the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. This includes more powerful hurricanes and typhoons due to warmer ocean waters, increased heat waves, and prolonged droughts in some regions. Additionally, heavy rainfall events may become more common, leading to flooding and landslides. The combination of these factors can create a feedback loop, where extreme weather events further exacerbate climate change. How might these changes impact different regions around the world? The impacts of changing weather patterns will vary by region. Coastal areas may face increased flooding and erosion, threatening infrastructure and ecosystems. Regions that rely on seasonal snowmelt for fresh water, such as parts of the western United States, may experience water shortages as snowpacks diminish. Conversely, some areas may see increased rainfall, leading to flooding and agricultural challenges. Developing countries, particularly those with limited resources, may be disproportionately affected, facing heightened vulnerability to food insecurity and displacement. Impact on ecosystems. What would happen to polar habitats and the species that rely on them? Polar habitats are highly specialized environments that support unique species adapted to cold conditions. As ice melts, these habitats shrink, threatening species such as polar bears, seals, and walruses, which rely on sea ice for hunting, breeding, and resting. The loss of ice also affects the entire food web, as phytoplankton, which thrive in icy waters, are diminished, impacting the species that feed on them. This can lead to a decline in biodiversity and the potential extinction of vulnerable species. How could the influx of fresh water from melting ice disrupt marine ecosystems? The influx of fresh water from melting glaciers and ice sheets can alter the salinity and temperature of ocean waters, disrupting marine ecosystems. Changes in salinity can affect the distribution and behavior of marine species, including fish and invertebrates, which may struggle to adapt to new conditions. Additionally, altered ocean currents can impact nutrient distribution, leading to shifts in plankton populations that form the base of the marine food web. These disruptions can have cascading effects on fisheries and coastal communities that depend on healthy marine ecosystems. What are the potential consequences for global food chains and fisheries? Disruptions in marine ecosystems can lead to significant consequences for global food chains. As fish populations decline or shift their migratory patterns due to changing ocean conditions, communities that rely on fishing for their livelihoods may face economic hardship. The loss of biodiversity can also weaken the resilience of ecosystems, making them more susceptible to disease and collapse. This can result in food shortages and increased competition for resources, further exacerbating global food insecurity. What challenges would human societies face as a result of these changes? Human societies will face numerous challenges due to the impacts of melting ice and climate change. These include increased displacement of populations due to rising sea levels and extreme weather events, which can lead to climate refugees. Infrastructure may be strained as communities deal with the aftermath of natural disasters, requiring significant investment in adaptation and resilience measures. Additionally, public health risks may rise as changing climates affect the spread of diseases and access to clean water. Melting ice can lead to water scarcity in regions that depend on glacial meltwater for drinking and irrigation. As glaciers retreat, the initial increase in water flow may be followed by a decline, leading to shortages during critical growing seasons. Additionally, changes in precipitation patterns can result in droughts, further stressing agricultural systems. Food shortages may arise from both reduced agricultural productivity and disruptions in fisheries, leading to increased prices and food insecurity. As resources become scarcer due to climate change, conflicts may arise over access to freshwater, arable land, and marine resources. Regions that are already politically unstable may experience heightened tensions as communities compete for dwindling resources. International disputes may also occur over fishing rights and territorial claims in areas affected by melting ice, such as the Arctic, where new shipping routes and resource extraction opportunities emerge. What actions can individuals and communities take to help prevent this scenario? Individuals and communities can take several actions to mitigate climate change, including reducing energy consumption, using public transportation, and supporting local and sustainable food systems. Engaging in community initiatives such as tree planting and conservation projects can also make a difference. Advocacy for policies that promote renewable energy and carbon reduction at local, national, and global levels is crucial for driving systemic change. Reducing carbon emissions is essential to slowing the rate of climate change and mitigating its impacts. Transitioning to renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric power can significantly decrease greenhouse gas emissions. This shift not only helps combat climate change but also promotes energy independence and creates jobs in the renewable energy sector. The urgency of this transition cannot be overstated, as the longer we delay, the more severe the consequences will be. Conservation efforts are vital for protecting ecosystems and biodiversity, which are essential for maintaining the planet's health and resilience. By preserving natural habitats, we can help mitigate the impacts of climate change, as healthy ecosystems provide services such as carbon sequestration, water filtration, and soil stabilization. Conservation initiatives also promote sustainable practices that benefit local communities and enhance their ability to adapt to changing environmental conditions. Conclusion. What are the key takeaways regarding the melting of ice and its implications for our future? The melting of ice due to climate change poses significant threats to global weather patterns, ecosystems, and human societies. The consequences are far-reaching, affecting biodiversity, food security, and resource availability. Urgent action is needed to address these challenges and protect vulnerable communities and ecosystems. How can we work together to mitigate climate change and protect our planet? Collaboration is essential in the fight against climate change. Governments, businesses, and individuals must work together to implement sustainable practices, reduce emissions, and support conservation efforts. By fostering a culture of environmental stewardship and advocating for policies that prioritize the health of our planet, we can create a more sustainable future for generations to come. Let's take care of our planet and each other. Together, we can make a difference. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content on how we can protect our world. Thank you for watching.